Kansas, that one that is being destroyed, the state being destroyed by this sick bastard Governor Sam Brownback, he's destroyed public education. That state is deeply in the red now. Department of Transportation in Kansas is broke. Environmental Services broke. Everything's broke because the first thing this asshole did, Brownback, when he came into office, was to make this huge tax cut for the wealthy. There went the revenue to run the state. I guess he wants Jesus to run it. Well, anyway, he signed legislation yesterday, Brownback, this crazy bastard, which allows religious fanatic groups at college campuses, public college campuses, to restrict membership to other Christians. Yeah. The Republican legislature approved this legislation earlier this month, even though 6 years ago, the right-wing U.S. Supreme Court ruled that universities can require membership in such groups to be open to everybody. It's a public university that is funded in part by public money. But this crazy fuck, Sam Brownback, signed something that the other crazy fucks in the legislature, all Republicans, wrote as a bill that says, no, we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to do that anymore. We're Christians. So no gays, no lesbians, no people of color, no Indians, no foreigners, no Muslims, no Jews. Jesus Christ. Now, Kansas already has a religious objections law that prevents state or local governments from limiting people's freedom to express their religion. See, I remember 25 years ago when religion started to become part of the public political, both the political realm and the public realm. And I remember telling people, or sitting around people telling me, or however it was, this can only wind up in a train wreck. I'm so sick of this phony-ass public piety. And that wasn't good enough for these Christian sons of bitches. It wasn't good enough that they tried to force their religious beliefs on everybody else, but they got control of so many legislatures and just went to work on a woman's right to privacy, on the right of people to, this is an absolute violation of the First Amendment. It's a religious test for you to get into an organization run on a public campus of a public university paid for with public money. When I think about Kansas, I know there are a lot of Hindus, Jews, atheists, Muslims, and Christians who pay their taxes. But now the legislature in Kansas said, nah. Brownback, this crazy bastard. Oh, and by the way, this is the second state. Oklahoma has this college-specific law, too. Brownback said, quote, this is a very good, narrow, targeted piece of legislation that will serve the betterment of our college campuses. Jesus Christ. So the law, which will take effect on my birthday, will prevent public colleges and universities from denying religious groups funds or campus resources if they limit their membership to only Christians. And the law says, no, we're not going to let you do that. Fuck all these other people. We only want Christians in these organizations. If you don't like it, move. Critics of this say the bill is far broader than the people who wrote it will acknowledge because they're cowardly, scared little Christian pricks and that the bill will, in effect, force minority students and their parents to support groups that would actively discriminate against them. And they said that the new law will sanction discrimination not only against gays and lesbians, but also race, gender, or disabilities. The ACLU of Kansas is considering a legal challenge. Now, they can't challenge it right now because it doesn't go into effect until July 1st. The head of the ACLU in Kansas said, quote, "This law is a step backward to a time when government was actively enabling discrimination against people based on who they are." Jesus God. And also opponents of the law have said it could risk the loss of federal grant money. And the state of Kansas, run by this half-ass Brownback, would then waste money defending the law in court. Oh, Jesus God. You know, I wish Republicans would just go away. I wish Christians would just get back in the goddamn basement where they belong, or the closet, or whatever you want to call it. I am so sick of these people ramming their religious beliefs into the faces of everybody else, fucking up little children, convincing little children that there's demons and shit beneath the earth and there's angels and shit up in the sky, scaring the hell out of them with these stories of death and destruction and eternal damnation. I am so sick of it. This is craziness. It is just absolute craziness. So, who's going to stop it? And these little Christian crybaby whiny asses, anytime somebody says, well, you can't discriminate against gay folk or people of a different religion. Oh, you're infringing on my freedom of religion. Oh, my First Amendment. Oh, God damn you. Damn you. Let's pass a bill. Let's make a law that says you can't infringe on my freedom to be a prick. A religious prick.